What's going on, guys? This is Tyler back with another video. And are you guys watching playoff football right now? Why do you all keep doubting Patrick Mahomes? We're going to go into that in a different video, but for now we're going to do a PSA reveal. 102 card order. And I've got to get these on camera because I've already sold a couple of them, including some I've already shipped out. So I want to go ahead and get these captured. Thank you guys for joining the channel. Again, my name's Tyler. I am going to be bringing you guys a 102 card value order that was submitted in December. So $19 a card. So we're just going to do the card reveal. We'll do financials at another time. This is going to be a great order. So many really good cards in here. We're going to jump straight into it. First card up, Shohei Ohtani Artist Proof. You can tell these are artist proof because they actually tell you on the card, believe it or not. It says right there. Nothing secret about this. PSA 10, sent a couple of these off. I think that's the only one that came back at 10, so there's going to be a couple 9s. Ooh, baby. Some 2015 Nikola Jokic Revolution rookies. Beautiful PSA 10. Here's a rare one. This card does not come up that often at all. We're looking at a Shohei Ohtani Topps Gallery Impressionists. There's only been 11 or 12 of these that have been graded. I did believe that I bought this from a consignor, so I knew it wasn't going to probably be Jim. Although, it's actually a lot cleaner than I thought it came back mint. So I think that one's pretty good. PSA 9 Topps Heritage. Sent in a couple of these. You can see the next one did get a 10. That's a clean looking 9. So going 50% on that, not too shabby. I will take it. Next up, collector's cards, 1969. That one's a PSA 9 as well. And this is one of the big cards in the order. Anytime that you can get a parallel of Shohei Ohtani from 2018, MLB rookie. So even if it's, you'll take some Pupini unlicensed stuff, but if you can get, MLB licensed parallels, that's why I went after the artist proof, although that's kind of an ugly looking card. But this is purple, baby. Heritage, yeah, this is just nice. So this is a big card. Sent in 2 of those. I was hoping that both of them actually would hit. Getting 1 out of 2 though is really good. You don't want to go 0 for 2. This one actually did sell, so I got to get this one packaged up and sold. So went ahead and sold the 9, but the 10 is going to be a gravy card. So got a lot to go through. We're just going to go through them as quickly as we can. Next up, Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout. Again, not many dual cards of them for Ohtani's rookie year. I think you all saw that from my last videos. I had a Pujols, Ohtani, and Trout. Also a bunch of cards from that same set, Dynamic Duels. And I'm going to have a bunch of these in the order. So PSA 10, Ohtani, and Ruth. Been grading that card for a while. This is a rare one. Rookie and Review Topps On Demand PSA 10. That one's pretty difficult and also sells for quite a bit in the PSA 10. Topps now. And again, I'm not playing repeat. The video is not on repeat. This is just how the cards come. This one's a PSA 9, so Ohtani, Trout, dual. Again, not really sure how those are going to do moving forward because they're no longer teammates, but kind of stinks that they weren't able to win together. But I got a bunch of their cards, so ended up having 4 of these in the order. So there's 2 of the 10s, 1 9. And I'm gonna blow through these because these are the same card. I do very well on these. The 9s are kind of break even. The 10s are usually something I can make a little bit of money on. As I said before, maybe a Big Mac value meal, some cheeseburgers, some fries, maybe a cold soda pop. 1969 collector card. Again, another one of those. I think I didn't get a gem on those, which is okay. It's all right, not bad. Gem rate on this, good. I can't remember exactly, but it's in line with the last couple of videos that I've done. Nothing crazy. I've not been getting godded lately. Those of you who are new to the channel, God, Greater of Death. No Greater of Death, although I have seen reports of him lurking around and catching people off guard a little bit. So thankfully, we've been praying to the heavens above, and we have not been godded. We've been, getting some pretty good runs lately in terms of orders back from PSA, which is great. At $19 a card, you got to be a little bit more critical of what you send in as well. You can't just send in a bunch of junk unless you just like burning money. So we don't like to do that over here. Not only is on-demand year in review cards. Dang, I forgot I had 2 of those. That's beautiful. Nice. Let's go. Let's go, as they say. As all the Panini boys say. Let's go. Another duel. So I went 2 for 4 on these. I'm okay with that. I think that was about expected. And then last but not least, we got a Topps Gallery Heritage Ohtani PSA 10. So beautiful. Nice stuff. Let's do one more stack from this box, and then we got a full other box to go through. So These we're going to go through really, really quick. So Ohtani and Ichiro. Man, dude, I just love Ohtani. I know you guys are wondering, where's your CJ Strouds at, Tyler? Where's your, Wyatt Langfords or your Paul Skeens or, your Patty Cakes? I mean, he's crushing right now in the playoffs, right? Well, I'll tell you one thing about what the Chiefs are about this year. It's the same thing every single year. I've been on this channel saying that Patrick Mahomes is the Michael Jordan of football. Look, I get it. There's a lot of people out there that whenever you miss out on getting that player, there's a lot of fans, little chirpers out in the background. They're a little upset. They're upset that they missed the boat. And they're trying to put their money into any other quarterback so that they can get the next Patrick Mahomes. Ooh, I want to get the next Patrick Mahomes. Well, guess what? There's only one. Whenever Mahomes first won, you had that rookie class coming in with Joe Burrow. You had Justin Herbert. You had Jalen Hurts. And then, the next year is Trevor Lawrence. And, Justin Herbert's in the same conference. Look out. And then, they also get Sean Payton and Russell Wilson in the same conference. And guess what happened to them? They didn't make the playoffs. Every single year, it's like, Josh Allen has been the guy to pass the mantle to every single year. And look what happens. As you look at all of the sports commentators talking about what happened in the Bills-Chiefs game, the only thing that you're hearing is what the Bills did wrong. Is Josh Allen a loser? Is he somebody who just can't get over the hump? There's been nobody talk. So if you have a 15-minute segment, literally 14 and a half minutes is what should the Bills do? Is Josh Allen a great quarterback? Josh Allen is a fantastic quarterback. Let me tell you one thing. Michael Jordan played against a lot of great players in the 90s. Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Reggie Miller, Shaquille O'Neal, Clyde Drexler, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton, lots of top 50 Hall of Fame players that I just mentioned. Guess what? None of them got rings during the Bulls era. None of them did. So Josh Allen is a fantastic quarterback. He played a near perfect game. He played a near flawless game for what the Bills wanted him to do. But guess what? Patty Cakes is the MJ of football. I don't know how many times I have to say it to those collecting out there who are trying to buy cards of Tua, who are trying to buy cards of Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen. I mean, I just don't get it. Like, MJ is here. He is right here. And for people to continue to be amazed at what he does year in and year out, it baffles me that there's not credit given to MJ. I mean, he's here. He's here right now. You have a 15-minute segment, and you talk about what the Bills did wrong. How about you just talk about the wonder of Patrick Mahomes? Okay, he didn't throw for 250, 300 yards. Well, guess what? They only had the ball for, 20 minutes in the game. They averaged over 7 yards per offensive play, 17 for 23. That means whenever they did get the ball, he was as efficient as possible. He literally made no mistakes whatsoever. Speaking of patty cakes. So I will say one thing. The CJ Strouds are coming. The CJ Strouds are sitting right now at PSA. In fact, I'll show you some CJs. We're going to take a little pause here and look at just one mail day that I got yesterday. This is one mail day. One. I got 25, 26 cards in. Of course, I'm getting some Jordans. Oh, LeBron rookie. Well, that LeBron rookie came thrown in here, so I really got the Jordans. Some Otanis. Roki. Oh, it's not Roki. It's the other guy. Yamamoto. Oh, it's CJ time, baby. CJ. I've got over 20 of these sitting at PSA right now from the Prisms. And I got some Fireworks. And I got some Prismatics. And I got some Silver Prospects. And I got some Victors. Just one Victor. But now we're getting into the really good Strouds, and these are the Strouds that are also sitting at PSA in mass quantities. Okay, hollow, purple, or not purple, pink. I'm red-green colorblind, just remember that. Pink, red-green. And then, of course, he is the golden boy, so I got to get his autograph. And I've got plenty of his autographs sitting at PSA. But I'm telling you, right now, CJ Stroud, this is my little tidbit. You just take this and make money with it. It's one of the few nuggets I'm going to be dropping because eventually I will probably monetize this. I'm not going to be competing against people trying to buy the same things I do because you know what? Sniping programs are out there and I don't want to bid against the same people. Go ahead and buy CJ. You'll be happy in August if you're buying to grade and flip. I'm just telling you. This is not a hidden secret. This is not pearls of wisdom. I'm just saying, for those of you who are upset of that 15 to 20% decrease because they got beat by a amazing Ravens squad, okay, don't be upset about that. Take advantage of that 15 to 20% decrease that people selling off, because CJ come August of 2024 and fuego. CJ come July, the National, and fuego. Take that golden nugget, run with it. That's what I'm going to do. So, Patrick Mahomes, until then, it's just always going to be Patrick Mahomes. There's always going to be Mahomes. There's always going to be Ohtani's. Just don't be surprised whenever you see Mahomes doing Jordan-like things on a football field. Don't be surprised. I've been sitting here saying patty cakes, me and my Mahomies, since really his first year in the league as I was buying his cards. Just don't go find the next Mahomes. He's right here. I get it. His stuff's expensive. It's better to buy top talent at a very high price than trying to find the next guy when he's not out there. He's just not out there. CJ, maybe, but he's in the same conference as Mahomes. He's in the same conference as other guys who also have stacked teams. So there's only one Mahomes who can overcome obstacles. Just, is what it is. All right, that's a beautiful card. Nice. Gold refractor. Speaking of beautiful card, Cal Ripken Jr., Derek Jeter. Hopefully you all like that little commentary. Drop a couple nuggets every now and then on things that I am buying. But at the same time, I also don't want intense competition, so I've kind of limited that a little bit. But that may be changing a little bit in terms of me being able to communicate what I buy in a more frequent cadence. Stay tuned for that. Update. Ichiro's got a bunch of those, bunch of those, bunch of those, bunch of those, bunch of those. All right, so we're going to do well on those. Those move at shows. Those move on eBay. People want low-end Ohtani rookies, and they can't afford all the expensive stuff. I don't blame them, man. Cards are expensive these days. But boy, oh boy, am I excited right now to buy cards. It is just, this is the time where you make the most money. You make the most money on your buys. October, November, December, January, February. I always do the best the first half of the year because you're buying in the dead of winter whenever dollars are really getting competed for across a lot of different things in life. I mean, you got the holidays coming up. You got Biden ruining the economy. Gas prices are getting a little bit better, but still not that great whenever it comes from an economic perspective. So there's a lot of competition for your dollars. And with that, there's a lot of good deals. And, there's also a glut of products that get released. I mean, as you look at the things that I'm buying, a lot of these are new products that hit the market, and there's just a glut of inventory. During the summer months, there's a bunch of junky products, just things that, they're hot one week, they are dead as a doornail the next week. Right now, we got Bowman Chrome Draft. That's got legs for a long time. We've got Panini Prism Football. That's got legs for a long time. We got Panini Prism Basketball. It's got legs for a long time. We got a lot of products that are dropping, and that's slowly getting ripped. All those people who are, in credit card debt, who are jumping into breaks because they're little crackheads, they have to pay their credit card bills. And guess what? That means whatever hit they get, they got to sell immediately. They're not investing in it. They're not going to do anything. They got to flip it to pay off that credit card bill. And I'm scooping them up, baby. Scooping everything up. Because there's just a lot of cards out there, and it's making me very excited, especially whenever I see a guy like C.J. Stroud, who had probably one of the greatest NFL rookie seasons of all time. Whether or not he's going to duplicate that and make it a little bit easier. Mike Vrabel's not in Tennessee anymore, not that great of a defense. Jaguars took a step back. Trevor Lawrence is going to be the biggest money loser going into next year in terms of dollars spent on total market. His market is going to C.J., so it may be C.J. next year doing the same thing, and whether or not he makes it a big noise in the postseason, that's going to be dependent on what CJ does in terms of his next step. But there's a lot of excitement for CJ going into August. A lot of that Burrow money, a lot of the Herbert money, all that's going to be going to him. Although the rumors right now are Harbaugh may be going to the Chargers. That may reinvigorate the Justin Herbert market. But they're always trying to get a boost out there to, fight against this guy. This guy's always going to be ahead. I just you can bet on that. All right, more Ohtani and Patty. There's a lot of that in here. Ooh, these things are stuck together. Great variety here. Great variety. Cheap cards like this. I can sell this stuff. Shows. It's a card you can buy for $1, $2. Grade it for $19. Sell it for, even if I sell it for $30, it's still a win. I mean, and it's a great gem rate. Deck of Ledges. Graded a million of those. We'll continue to grade a million of those. PSA 10s, I think I did really good on this. This was great. This is really, really nice. Dang, I thought that was numbered to 25. I may have that listed wrong on eBay. I have to go fix that. This is a orange Inception from 2020, number 34 of 50. Very beautiful card. Nice. Very, very nice. And then I have right behind it a magenta, reddish, pinkish magenta. Magenta's his own color, so no need to compare it to others. 6 of 99. And yeah, I got a lot of Ohtani stuff in here. Just some oddball stuff like this. Yeah, I know it's not going to grade all that well. Thing that kills me is I'll list this on eBay and I'll get people giving offers below raw. This is a thick memorabilia card. They're by minimum in PSA 8 condition. In fact, you should actually be buying it because you have assurance that it's likely not creased unless PSA just completely missed it. That rarely happens. But it's also encased. Beautiful label. I mean, that's my personal opinion. If I was collecting, if I was a collector, I would pay above market price for a PSA 8 slabbed as opposed to a raw that more than likely is going to be coming back in PSA 8 condition. That's just me. That's personal preference. There's a lot of people out there that send you 50% off comps of what raw is. And for that, I just reply with, bullshit high offers. So, yeah, I think it's kind of fun. I have a lot of fun doing that. New Wave Revolution Nicola. I think I already had a PSA 10 for that I've shown. And then a bunch of Rockies. Future Ohtani teammate. Telling you. Booking it. I'm calling it. Future Ohtani teammate. It's going to happen. And when that happens, Ohtani, Yamamoto, Kershaw, Rocky, and maybe Walker Buehler. Is he the last guy? I don't know. I haven't followed the Dodgers, but I don't know. Is he that last guy, or are they going to go get another guy? Good gosh, that's at least 4 number ones on one team whenever Ohtani begins to pitch. Ooh, that's going to be nuts. This is a nice one. Nolan Ryan and Ohtani. People like, again, collectors, people like this. Second year Ohtani with Nolan Ryan. I've sold one of these before for like 75. I think the last one may have sold for less than 50. This I'm happy about. I'm very disappointed that this sells for what it sells for, though. It actually sells for, I don't know, like, $350, $400. Not too happy about that. But at the same time, getting a gold 2018 Ohtani to Gem today in 2024, I don't care if it's, the US 285, the US 1, this one with Ichiro, if it's the one that's the checklist. I don't care. To get a gold to Gem out, I'm happy about that. It's very, very tough to do in 2024 as a lot of those cards are picked over. Topps Heritage Ohtani card number 430. This is a short print. So not many of those out there. Every year Heritage has short prints, and this is one of the short print base cards. So not terribly short print, but again, every year there's short prints, and that's one of them. This one's cool. There's not been many of these to sell, and I like this because very few cards actually have his nickname on there, Showtime. This is second year, number to 999, Showtime. It's kind of like a Dominators. I mean, it's from Panini Donruss. It's got that Dominators look to it. So that one's good. That one's really nice. Now we're not done. We got another stack. We're still rolling. Again, dude, I wish I had some CJs in this order because his market is on fuego right now. But I got Ohtani, so at least, it's good for spring training because there's going to be a lot of people interested in that as we get closer to March. I mean, we're a couple weeks away from spring training. It's time, baby. It's baseball time. Every year for the past couple of years, it's the same thing. Mahomes plays late January, February football, and then you get to segue right into Ohtani, which has had the greatest 3-year run in baseball. It's just, if you're a sports fan, non-basketball, if you're a sports fan and you're of either of these two players, Mahomes or Ohtani, it is just fantastic to be a collector and to watch sports because they are the greatest at what they do, and it's just great entertainment. Fantastic entertainment. Basketball right now has just not been as entertaining for a lot of reasons. I've covered those. You all know I like to take shots at the players. I've become I'm more appreciative of Nikola Jokic. I get it. His game's not fun to watch. Fun to collect. Good dude. Shows up, puts on his hard hat in the summer, goes back home to, where, I don't even know where he's from. Serbia. I don't know exactly which country. But it's just kind of like it's a 40-hour-a-week job to him. He's not big into the glamour of, being a westernized athlete. Love it. So I do like that. But the rest of the league, Although, lots of talent right now in the league. Joel Embiid dropping 70, Karl Anthony Towns dropping 62. I mean, both those guys, they just went full-blown chuck fest, although they were very efficient in how they did it. There was an inefficient, performance by either player. But at the same time, man, they took a lot of shots to get those 70 and 62, but very entertaining. So I do concede there's a lot of talent right now in basketball. It's just, I don't think it's as nearly as entertaining as a product. Literally, the Bills-Chiefs game, 50 million people watched that game. 50 million people got to watch the MJ of football go into Buffalo, Western New York, catch snowballs in the cheeks, and watch Patty just play a perfect game and then wave to the crowd, bye, on the way back. I am so tired of people saying this is the year Mahomes loses. This is the year Josh Allen gets him. This is the year forever. Okay, he's been to the AFC Championship game 6 times in a row. Stop wasting your money. I know that you don't have a lot of money. I know that you keep betting on other people hoping to get rich. Bet on Mahomes for a change. 6 times in the AFC Championship game. He's 3-2 here. We're going to see what happens on Sunday. He's been in the Super Bowl 3 times. I mean, odds are he's going to make it here every single year. Even whenever you think it's a down year, it's so funny that people who don't watch the Chiefs, they'll just look at the stats and be like, oh, he's having a bad year. The stats are down this year. You watch Mahomes play this year, he has not played bad at all. Okay, he had 14 interceptions, most ever. He has not played, I will repeat, he has not played bad. His decision-making has been quite great. Just bad luck. And I'm not even blaming his receivers. I know there's a media narrative out there that, yes, the Chiefs lead the league in drops. It's a play here or there. Ultimately, a drop isn't going to decide the game. The Chiefs, my take on the year is the Chiefs are the most scouted team out there. They've been at this for, again, 6 years under the Mahomes era. Every single team is going to give you your best shot. Other teams that are on the up and up, they can sneak by good teams and pull off wins and get on a roll. The Chiefs, every single defensive coordinator is trying to figure out how to stop number 15 and Travis Kelce and Andy Reid every single year. And that causes the Chiefs to have to retool. We saw in 2021, the narrative was Mahomes is just obsessed with the deep ball like Brett Favre. I have no idea where that bullshit came from. That is completely untrue. It's funny, there was a Monday Night Football where they played against the Giants, and literally he almost broke the record for checking down and throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage. This year, they did have to retool a lot. So they have not thrown the ball deep at all downfield. And then developing a running game, having a top 3, top 4 defense, that's something Mahomes has never had. So now, with the offense clicking, it seems like every single game that you watch, the offense really wasn't bad. They would get down to the end, in the red zone and begin sputtering. So offensive red zone efficiency just not there, but they marched down the field better than anybody. There have been a lot of turnovers, I will say. Mahomes has 14. Again, I don't think a lot of the decisions were bad. There's been some fumbles. They have lost a lot of the turnover battles, but this year, whenever they score over 21 points, they win. Whenever they win the turnover battle, surprise, surprise, they win. Well, guess what? They also win a lot of games when they lose the turnover battle. They lost the turnover battle against the Bills. Mecole Hardman fumbles the ball in the end zone. They still win. So they can overcome a lot of things. They just haven't really put things together in combination with getting over-scouted by a lot of different teams. So, it just takes a little bit of practice. As Nick Wright likes to say, practice. Now, practice took a little bit longer. They started the first year with a bunch of tomato cans, and they beat up on a lot of tomato cans. They made a lot of good tomato soup throughout the year. That last part of the year, the schedule ramped up a little bit. There's a lot of defensive coordinators that typically keep the game close against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are a play or two away from beating the Eagles. Passing interference call away from beating the Packers. A toe away from beating the Bills in the regular season. Small things just did not go the Chiefs' way to make that 11-6 regular season record, look worse than what it is. They very easily could have been 14-3. Very easily. And the next thing you know, it's the Chiefs, 14-3. They're the number 1 seed, first round bye, just won their first playoff game, one more, they're in the Super Bowl. So this is the same Chiefs over and over, and I like them as an underdog. I think they relish that going into Buffalo. I'm glad that they performed the way that they did. And I'm excited to see how they play against the Ravens. Again, Mahomes 3-1 against Lamar all time. This defense is great, but this defense is vulnerable for the Ravens. They gave up over 30 points to the Rams. I want to say they gave 30 points to the Browns whenever they had one of the backup quarterbacks going. So they have not played the Chiefs. Again, they have not played Andy Reid or Patrick Mahomes. I think the last time these two quarterbacks were on the field was whenever Mahomes was doing no-look passes. So I have more confidence than Vegas right now because they're 3.5-point underdogs. And, of course, I just placed a bet on the Chiefs. Of course, I could be wrong, but history says that most of the time Mahomes pulls this stuff out. Either way, it's going to be great entertainment. I cannot wait to watch it. Of course, I'm rooting for the Chiefs to make it to the Super Bowl. So that's my order. 102 cards or some patty cakes thrown in there. I've got another order that just hit assembly at PSA that has some patty cake rookies, baby, because this is the time of the year people start selling. Oh, Mahomes isn't doing that great. Let's offload some big patties. Okay, all right, I'll scoop them up. So some of them are at PSA. Hopefully we get some gems, but that's my order. I've got plenty more orders. I mean, I've got cards flowing through PSA's door right now with this special. Just sent another order off yesterday. I've got another order I'm getting sent off tomorrow, and I've got one more I'm going to be sending off at the end of the month, and I already had 3 sitting at PSA from early January. This is a great time to submit to PSA, baby. Let's extend this special, Nat. Otherwise, I'm going to stop submitting in February, so extend it. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you later.